Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. Tonight is a wonderful night, and I am looking forward to sharing my thoughts on meaning what you play. When you listen to a lot of great players, or the thing that makes players great is being able to understand them, being able to relate to them. And I feel like the greats that I listen to play what they mean, and they mean what they play. But I feel like I understand them on some level. I feel like I'm let in on their thought process. And I don't know that it's necessarily about them communicating any particular language that we all know. I think that it's more about them being transparent about their thought process. So the only way to be transparent about your thought process is if you understand your thought process and you're transparent with yourself. And when you amplify that, that's when people start to understand you. So, getting this read ready, and I'm going to talk about meaning. Meaning. Kind of going off the cuff today. I have an agenda, but it's really only to talk about the importance of meaning and expressing what you want to express. I know that when I started playing saxophone, I had this tendency to learn licks, and I felt like notes were the answer. But as I've learned more, I've understood that notes mean less and less. Sure, notes are important. Sure, you want to play in the key. Sure, you want to play the right rhythms and the right harmony and the right melody. But when you are playing, I think the single most important factor is when conveying meaning is intention. What is your intention, and how clearly does it come across? And I'm going to demonstrate this a little bit, because you can play the same idea in multiple ways and mean drastically different things. Even like in nuance and volume and in phrase and inflection. There's some kind of hesitation and sadness and depth to that phrase right there. There's something about it. But if I were to play it differently, maybe I'm playing it on a fusion tune. Maybe there isn't much meaning in there. Maybe it's just a line. I don't know. I think sometimes math music can be really cool. But if it knows that it's math music, and it knows that if it knows that it doesn't have meaning other than, well, I guess it does have meaning, because everything has meaning. I think it's about being self-aware and understanding what the meaning is, and vamping off of that. Meaning is open to interpretation, and I'm starting to understand that everybody has a different mindset. Everybody has a different language they use. Everybody has their favorite words. Everybody has their backstory and all of the experiences they've had in their lives weave in with the language that they use, the way they treat other people, the way they take in music. So there's this really, really complex relationship going on within a single person with meaning. And the things that are common are feelings, because not everybody has owned a dog. Not everybody's gotten into a car accident. Not everybody grew up with grandparents. Some people are rich and some people are poor. And the thing that we all have in common are feelings. And when we express through meaning, if we express with the intent of meaning something, we're sharing the emotion of an experience. So I'm going to, for my own benefit and hopefully yours, I'm going to kind of break down an idea that I might be trying to convey. So now, this approach that I'm going to try is not necessarily an approach that I do. It's just something that that came to me as I was doing this. So while we're at it, if you get any value out of this video or any of my other videos, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me, and I'd be glad to have you aboard, because I do these live streams just about every night. So if you have any ideas for videos or you have any comments about this one, please leave a comment below, and hopefully we can put that into reality and I can talk about that in the near future. So thanks for tuning in. I am going to now work with this concept that occurred to me. So let's see. Let's come up with an idea, something we want to convey. Could be a life experience, something that happened to you, something that you want to share. So let's say I got a new puppy, and this puppy wags its tail. It is so full of energy, and it runs around, sniffing everything, smelling everything, licking everything, and then all of a sudden it gets pooped, and it doesn't have any more energy, so it's out for hours and hours and hours and hours, and then all of a sudden you smell some food, and it's up around it again. So here we have two extremes in one experience. You can share your experience of watching this dog, this new puppy sleeping, and how peaceful it is, how much it seems to be enjoying its slumber. And then you can also talk about the sheer, utter, overwhelming energy that a puppy has. So let's break down the overwhelming energy. So what might that sound like? Is it going to be a flurry of notes, or is it going to be whole notes? And I think it might be pretty universal that a flurry of notes and high energy is probably going to be something more along the lines of what you might do if there's this puppy running around with all this energy. So I'm just going to play with that in mind. This puppy, just see if you can visualize this puppy running around and exploring and sniffing, and just this big old grin on its face. Now the puppy is tired and is ready for sleep. So there's an example for you. Shall we try another? It's kind of fun. It's a new way of thinking about things. You know, I heard that somebody was playing with Wayne Shorter and they got the chart and they were trying to understand the composition and you know, ask him questions about how to play the tune. And he said, think waterfalls. And everybody's like, okay, whatever. All right, Wayne. But I think there's some real depth there. There's some real profound meaning there. And something that I've been very interested in lately is writing music with imagery and really conveying a story and sharing an experience, a place with somebody. I don't know what it's called. I don't know if this is even something that other people do, but when I listen to music, I see images. I don't see colors like some people do, but I see images. I see places. I see experiences. So that's kind of how music communicates with me. You know, I think of, like, there's certain kinds of music where I get very strong imagery, like a car driving on a wet road, rain gently coming down on the highway, green grass around, and almost like in the Midwest, like in southern Missouri. So, you know what? Why don't I just play to that feeling? Try to share that with you if I can. So there, you might have a tune. You might have a tune out of that. I might have to listen back to this live stream because that sounded nice. It was a nice feeling. So, I think that's about it. I hope I've conveyed what I mean in this. It would be kind of ironic if you didn't understand what I meant in this. But take your listeners to a place. If you can better visualize where you're coming from. You know, when I was playing those last few selections, I was thinking about the places that I've had experiences in, and I was just playing from that place. I wasn't thinking about the notes. I was feeling the melody and the experience kind of meld together. And I think that music literally reaches inside. You're literally vibrating somebody else's body. And it's a very intimate experience. So why not allow yourself to be intimate in that process? It's a very personal thing. And I've grown tired of listening to music that isn't intimate, and I think that there is lots of room for us to grow and to share more through our music. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. And if you got any value out of this video, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I'm here about every night. So with that being said, good night and happy practicing. I'll see you next time.